Hi, my name is Jesse. I'm with Innovative IDM, and today we're going to go over how to safely operate our backup generators in the event of a power outage. So here we have our shop generator panel and our office generator panel. The shop generator panel will give power to the lights in the shop and the warehouse, and it will also allow the computers to run for the managers in the warehouse and in the shop, as well as the tech, so that business can keep moving. The office generator will power several cubicles and the servers, so we can still have internet and customer service can still answer the phones and conduct minimal business. These are the actual generators. Each panel will have its own generator. Each generator will have its own fuel source of propane. When power goes out, it's going to be very dark in here, so you're going to want to find some adequate light to see what you're doing when you're hooking these things up. You can open a bay door if it's light outside, or get a flashlight and have somebody help you hold it while you're doing these things. Once you have adequate light, you're going to want to position these generators out away from the wall. You simply flip up the handles, pick it up, and pull it out like a wheelbarrow. Each generator, as I said, will have its own propane tank. These propane tanks are not light. I think they weigh about 70 to 80 pounds. So if you need help, make sure you get somebody to help you. Once you have everything in position, you're going to want to go on ahead and connect your propane hose to the propane bottle. These propane bottles have left-handed threads, which means in order to tighten it down, you actually have to twist this to the left. And then snug it tight. Once you do that, you can crack the valve on and make sure there's no leaks. But we're going to leave it off for right now. This generator has a hose that requires a wrench to tighten it. Again, it has left-handed threads. And once you get it snugged down, you're going to want to have a wrench available to go on ahead and snug it in a little bit tighter so that it doesn't leak. Make sure you don't hear any leaks. These wrenches you can get in the shop in any toolbox. They are readily available. So this is the grounding plate. This is the grounding contact. Line those up, push in, and twist slightly to the right. The generator has a propane quick start guide and a gasoline quick start guide, but we're using propane. Step one is to check the oil. You don't want to run these things without oil. It'll lock them up. Step two is to attach the propane tank, as we've already covered. Step three is to make sure the gasoline fuel valve is in the off position. And that fuel valve is right here, and it has a sticker that shows which way is off and which way is on. Step four is to make sure you turn the main breaker off on the generator, which is located right here. Step five is to open the choke. You do not choke the engine when you're using propane. That's only for gasoline. The choke is right here, and there's another sticker that shows you which direction is closed and which direction is open. Step six is to bleed the propane line. And this is to purge the hose to make sure there's propane in the hose and to the generator before you start it. The bleed valve is located right where the line goes into the generator, right here. Step 7 is to start the generator using the key. You simply flip it over into the run position and then one more time to start it, just like you would your car. Step 8 is to turn the main breaker on, and this will feed power into our cord that is plugged into our panel. Once you have the generators running and everything connected, you're going to be ready to go on ahead and flip the breaker. There are 2 breakers here. One says utility supply, one says generator supply. Only one can be on at a time, and that's because of this little bar. So instead of flipping one off and one on, you're simply going to push the generator supply breaker into the on position, and it will turn off the utility supply breaker for you. To provide proper ventilation for these generators, you're going to want to open the bay door of the warehouse and put a fan by the generators to blow the exhaust out. And that'll make sure nobody gets a headache while these things are running. When utility power is supplied back to the building, you're not going to want to turn the generators off immediately. You want to give them about 30 minutes to make sure that power is going to stay on and you're not starting and stopping the generators and dragging them in and out. Once 30 minutes has gone by and you've kept power, you'll come back over here and you'll flip the utility supply breaker into the on position, and you'll be back powered by the utility and off of the generators. At that point, you can come back over here, turn the generator's key into the off position, and then you'll be able to disconnect everything in the opposite way that you connected them. You simply unplug the connectors, make sure you turn off the propane tanks before you unplug them. Get your wrench out. This time you're going to turn it to the right to take them out because they are left-handed threads. We'll set that to the side, disconnect the other propane tank, and then everything gets pushed back and stored like it was. And that's the end of the instructional video.